Stop being nice to these men. They don't want no nice woman. They want somebody that's mean to them. You over there trying to figure out what to do, helping him in situations and scenarios, things coming up in his life. You look like Pete Misha. That's what you look like. Don't help no grown man. Don't help no grown man. Hear me when I say this, and don't be nice to no grown man. Men love mean women. You being nice to him ain't gonna make him nice to you. All it's gonna do is make him act worse. So when he act up, you act wronger. It's not a word, but you need to do the most. Show him who's really in charge. You get what I'm saying? Men love when a woman is mean to them. Get out of that, oh, my heart just so good. You can have a good heart. You sure can. But be mean. And get what you want. I'm tired. I'm tired of y'all being nice. And nice gets you nowhere in this world. We see that on it. So if you were looking for a sign what to do today with that man, be mean to him. Get what you want out of him. Be mean to him. He gonna be lying and manipulating you anyways. Manipulate him back. Lie to him back. I don't know why y'all think men always tell the truth. Because they don't. They'll never tell you the truth. I don't care if you think you got the best man in the world. Don't ever say what your man won't do. Because he'll show you. He'll show you what he really.
Men don't want you because you're too nice. That's just the bottom line here. Men don't want you when you're too nice, when you're overly accommodating, when you do so much for them that you don't allow them to do something for you. Men don't want you unless you kind of are, I don't want to say difficult, but you need to be a challenge, and you need to be a challenge very early on. In fact, the more you want him, the more challenging you need to be. What I had to learn was that men don't want you until they have to question if you want them. Men want you to be a bit of a bitch sometimes. They want you to be difficult, and they will want you so much more. So listen to me close when I tell you this right now. Put yourself first. Remember that. If you don't remember anything else from this video, one of the keys to operating within your divine femininity, one of the keys to operating within your dark femininity, one of the keys to making sure that you don't just attract men, but that you attract men in a way that's going to activate their masculinity so that they can be of service to you in the same ways, or for that matter, in greater ways than you're in service to them, is by remembering that you have to put yourself first.
Don't be so nice to a man, because a man doesn't fall in love with all the things you do for him. He falls in love with the way you look, with the way you are. The problem with being the convenient girl, the easygoing one, is that there's absolutely no challenge for any man to earn your love. And if there's anything that's important to a man, is to feel that he's a winner. And the more uncomfortable it is to win your heart, the more satisfaction he will feel. Because all men want most what they cannot have easily. And if you are this amazing independent woman who's happy with her life, a woman who doesn't see herself as a victim and is not needy of a man, then a man gets curious about you. He wants to be part of your world because he feels that there's something to win for him when he's with you. And we all know by now that every man's actions are always goal-oriented. But let me tell you a little secret about men. The reason a man targets you and wants to win your heart over is not just because he loves you so much for who you are, but it's more because he loves you so much for the man he becomes when he's with you.
Don't be nice to men. In the bottom of my heart, take my advice. Don't be nice to men. Men think I'm nice all the time, and I get it because I naturally give off really sweet, very kind of ditzy, kind of just silly, goofy vibes. You know how men have golden retriever energy? We need a word for women that have that same energy. Trust me, men do not want you to be nice. They want you to be mean. And if they tell you otherwise, they're lying. And because I have that very kind and sweet energy, men tend to see that and take that kindness and that sweetness as a weakness. And I used to pride myself in being the sweet, kind, cool, down to earth, go with the flow girl. Like if a man's like, oh my God, you seem so nice and so sweet, I'm literally like, that's not a good thing. That is not a good thing. I don't want you to say that. If a man tells you that you are so kind and so sweet, just know that he might try some bullshit on you. Let's just say this, okay? The chances of him not trying to pull some shit after he realizes that you're a nice girl are very slim to none. Another thing that I've learned is to be extremely surface level. Don't go into a shit ton of detail about your ex. Don't go into a shit ton of detail about your family. Keep it surface level. It literally leaves them wanting more. They want to crack you open like an egg. They want to know what's going on in here. It's just crazy because I have always been the sweet, kind, oh no, you're fine. Like, no big deal. I'm chill. I have always been that girl, and that girl's officially gone. She has gone. The ship has sailed. Bye-bye. Okay? Being a bitch, it works out better for you in the end. Okay?
By now, you've heard the message more than once. Women saying, stop being nice to men. Men don't respect nice girls. The more kind you are, the worse you get treated. And maybe you are watching this thinking, is this true? Or are we just hurts? Or is kindness the problem? Or is who we are being kind to the real issue? This video isn't here to tell you to become cold, cruel, or bitter. And it's not here to shame women who are naturally soft, loving, or giving. It's here to open a conversation many women are already having quietly. Why does being nice sometimes come with disrespect, neglect, or entitlement? And at what point does kindness turn into self-abandonment? While you are watching, I want you to pause and ask yourself, what has being nice cost you? And what has it brought into your life? If this topic is already stirring thoughts in you, pause for a second, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a woman who needs to hear these perspectives. Not because we all have to agree, but because these conversations matter. This isn't about hating men. It's about patterns, it's about boundaries, and it's about women finally questioning advice we were told would guarantee love, but sometimes only guaranteed pain. Watch the stories, listen carefully, and decide for yourself what kind of woman you want to be. Not for men, but for you.
You have to be mean to a man from the beginning. You have to be difficult to a man from the beginning. I'm not saying you have to be unbearable. I always say don't be unbearable where you just, no one wants to be around you. I'm not saying that. But you have, see, to a man, being mean is just not what he's getting from you. He's not getting what he wants from you. That's all that means. High standards and boundaries, that's it. Let you know me know, for real. For real. Now, when you're dealing with them and when you're out with them in public, have the best time. You don't need to be mean and difficult then. Because now you're just doing too much. And now it's just like, what is the point? Because if I was a man and you're mean to me on the phone, you're mean to me on text, but in person, you're a whole different person, I'm going to be obsessed with you. I'm going to be crazy. If I was a man, I'm going to be crazy over you because you are very unpredictable. You're very up and down. That's what men like. They will never tell you that because all women will start doing it. They know what they're doing. Men not dumb like y'all think. They dumb in a lot of things, but they're not dumb when it comes to trying to get you emotionally. Because women are very emotional. That's why they be just doing so much, not realizing what's happening to them. But anyway, you have to be mean from the beginning. Stop allowing that man to do whatever he wants, get whatever he wants. No. So, for example, easy. If you always on the phone with him because he wants to talk to you on his time, cut it short. That's being mean to a man. I'll call you back and you never call him back. That's being mean to a man. If you always, say yes to a date, cancel. Now is the time to cancel one. That's mean to a man because he's so... See, you have to understand men love patterns. I always say that. Even if they are so-called unpredictable, it's a pattern. See? So when you are being a yes woman, it's a pattern for him. But if you start saying no now it's like, oh, you're being difficult. But yet they won't leave because that's what they really like. It's the truth. They love difficulty. They don't really like it when it's easy, baby. I wouldn't either. And I'm going to also tell you one thing a man would never say. They would never tell you this. They really, like, let's say they want to have sex with you. Deep down, let's say they're dealing with a woman that they really want. Right? They deep down want you to turn them down because it drives them wild even more. Of course, they still want to see, right? But if you decline, you're making him chase harder. See, they would never tell you that. See, you have to understand men love fantasy. So if you give him the fantasy, like if it's too soon, the game is over. He is now bored and he's on to the next girl. But if you decline that fantasy, he's going to drive himself crazy. Because now he's like, yes, like this girl saying no to me, even though he was see. See, they would never tell you that. They really want you to say no to them sometimes. They don't really want it easy. They really don't. They really don't. Not the girl that's difficult. If you were difficult from the beginning, baby, and I will hope you understand that when a man is around you, they want your goods, right? But if they already know that you're up and down, difficult and all that stuff, bitchy and all that stuff, and then now you just gave it up that soon, it's like the fantasy is now over. It's like, damn, I thought she was this way and she's really not. That was too easy. So what was all of this difficulty for? What was all this being mean for? I got her pussy. I got it within 2 weeks. A man would try to get it day one if he could. But if he's dealing with a woman that's difficult, and you're not feeding into his fantasy, even though you already the fantasy if he's around you, right? But if you're not feeding into the fantasy, he's going to drive himself crazy. And he's going to say you're difficult and you're so mean, but yet he won't leave. Because that's what they want. Men love pain. That's why you have to give it to them. Stop listening to these men saying, oh, we don't like that, that's toxic. You're right. You're right. Give that man pain. Be difficult. Don't be unbearable. And that man will be on you like a bed bug. See, mean women will always get the men that some of you want because mean women don't care about these men's feelings. They care about themselves. So they're speaking that man's language because men don't care about women's feelings. They care about their own. They care about their own feelings. It's that simple. See, if men really wanted to be with nice women, a lot of men would have been married by now. A lot of them. But a lot of these men choose to marry these mean women. Most women that are mean are married. It's the truth. Sorry. Not sorry. So, for the nice women, for instance, let's say a man keep texting you saying, what you doing? What do you normally say? You always reply back and say, oh, nothing, I'm doing this or I'm doing that. What are you up to? What are you doing? No. How about not reply at all? No response is the best response. Or say you're boring. Or say, if you say what you doing, not you. She mean not you. Who's she doing that? And don't respond back again. See, you got to give these men a taste of their own medicine because they're testing you to see how dumb you are for them. I remember one time, I was like 22. This guy I was talking to, he wanted me to meet him somewhere. And I was like, absolutely not. You invited me. So you can come pick me up. Or I'm not coming. So he like, oh, so you just going to sit in the house and not go nowhere with me? I said, how about this? Because we were FaceTiming. I said, how about this? You can sit on this and spin. And I hung up. I didn't give a fuck. That man was blowing my phone up. And guess what? He tried to pick me up. See, they try to test you to see how stupid you are. I'm trying to tell y'all, they're testing you like a child. It's like a child. You have to put a man in his place sometimes. You have to be a bitch. Me, I'm naturally that way. I don't care. Take it or leave it. I'm trying to help y'all because some of y'all are not getting the results you want because you're too nice. And if you continue being nice, you're going to be taken advantage of. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. These men know how to play the game very well. You just got to understand that as a woman, you can do it way better.
Being mean to men is all about self-preservation. It's about reserving your energy, your peace, your time, and your softness for yourself. Men are not givers. Men are takers. They will take, take, take. They will drain, drain, drain. And too many women have been taught to overgive, overextend, overexplain. And that is a very dangerous game to play when it comes to men. Men are not innately nice. Men are not innately kind. Men benefit from your exhaustion, and they know that. And the minute they know that they got you right where they want you, they will take full advantage of it. You are responsible for protecting yourself if you choose to deal with men. This is not just romantically. These are men in your family, men at your job, men in the grocery store. Wherever you encounter a man, this is what's necessary when dealing with him.
After hearing all these stories and perspectives, one thing is clear. There's no one size fits all rule for love, dating, or dealing with men. Being kind isn't a weakness, but being kind without boundaries can slowly teach people how to mistreat you. And being mean isn't strength either, especially if it's coming from pain, fear, or exhaustion. Maybe the real question isn't, should women be nice or mean? But instead, who deserves access to your softness? Who earns your efforts, your patience, your emotional labor? You don't always owe anyone unconditional access to you. Kindness should be a choice, not a survival strategy. If this video made you uncomfortable, confused, or deeply seen, good. That's where clarity begins. Drop your thoughts in the comments, not to argue, but to reflect. And if this conversation resonated, support the channel by liking, subscribing, and sharing it with a woman who is still trying to figure out where kindness ends and self-respect begins. Until next time, protect your hearts, honor your boundaries, and remember, you are allowed to evolve.